Hello everyone, my name is Vaishnavi and from this video onwards we would be starting with the most important case law based questions from the previous year papers of AIBE.
Shankari Prasad versus Union of India. Question 74, AIBE 7. The question whether the fundamental rights can be amended under Article 368 came for consideration for the first time in Keshavanand Bharti versus State of Kerala, 1973. Question 12, AIBE 14. Which of the following is not a case of public interest litigation? Question 32, AIBE 12. Supreme Court has decided in Keshavanand Bharti versus State of Kerala that Question 42, AIBE 5. It was held by the Supreme Court of India that preamble was not a part of the Constitution in the case of dash, and this has been overruled in the case of dash. Minerva Mills versus Union of India, 1980. Question 96, AIBE 6. It was held by the Supreme Court of India that the balance between the fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy is the bedrock and basic structure of the Constitution, in which case. Question 49-2, AIBE 12. Which one is the case of public interest?
Shankari Prasad versus Union of India, 1951, Keshavanand Bharti versus State of Kerala, 1973, and Minerva Mills versus Union of India, 1980. All of these three cases are interlinked with each other in a way that they define and interpret the basic structure doctrine of the Constitution. Now, in the Shankari Prasad case, the Parliament was given immense power to amend the Constitution under Article 368. Now, in the Keshavanand Bharti case, the basic structure doctrine came into force and the Parliament was given the power to amend the Constitution, but they cannot amend or change the basic structure of the Constitution. Now, in the Minerva Mills case, what happened was the basic structure doctrine was explained, interpreted, and evolved.
ADM Jabalpur versus Shivkant Shukla. Question 3, AIBE 12. A landmark habeas corpus petition was filed during emergency, that is, Menaka Gandhi case. Question 47, AIBE 11. In Menaka Gandhi case, it was observed that S.R. Bommai versus Union of India. Question 26, AIBE 12. Supreme Court decided in S.R. Bommai versus Union of India that
ADM Jabalpur versus Shivkant Shukla, 1976, popularly known as the habeas corpus case. This case was one of the most important and landmark judgments in the history of Indian judiciary. This case set the tone. Countless arrests during the time of emergency that was declared by the then President of India under Article 352 of the Constitution of India. While during the emergency provisions, the fundamental rights were taken away from the citizens and they also cannot file any writ petitions under Article 32 and 226 of the Constitution of India. The Menaka Gandhi case. This case made significant interpretations with their discovery of interconnections between the Articles 14, 19 and 21 of the Constitution of India. In this case, it was finally held that the right to go abroad is a part of the right to personal liberty, that is Article 21 of the Constitution of India. In S.R. Bommai versus Union of India, the Supreme Court had decided that it would be putting restrictions on the misuse of Article 356, which imposes the rule of the president on any state. This case also focuses on interpretation of the center-state relations.
Shah Bano case. Question 9, AIBE 12. Shah Bano case was related to
Shah Bano case was a controversial case of wife claiming maintenance from the husband after the divorce. The Supreme Court in this case had given the judgment in the favor of the petitioner, and Shah Bano claimed her right to alimony.
Shamim Ara versus State of Uttar Pradesh. Question 75, AIBE 6. Shamim Ara versus State of Uttar Pradesh relates to
Supreme Court in the Shamim Ara versus State of UP held that mere documents or the pronouncements of talaq would not be enough. Facts leading to talaq would have to be proven, or else the talaq would not be considered as a valid talaq.
Shaira Bano versus Union of India, Question 8, AIBE 14. In which of the following cases the Supreme Court was in 2017 declared pronouncements of talaq 3 times at a time by a Muslim husband as unconstitutional?
In the Shaira Bano case, the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Act of Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Act 2019 came into force, which criminalizes the triple talaq, and it also gives the rights to the wife for claiming maintenance for the dependent children.
Husainara Khatun versus State of Bihar, Question 6 AIBE 14 and Question 75 AIBE 13. Right to fair legal aid was recognized as a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution in the case of
Husainara Khatun versus State of Bihar. In this case, right to fair legal aid was recognized as a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. It is the duty of the state to provide free legal services to the poor and needy at the expense of the state under Article 39A and under Section 304 of the Criminal Procedure Code.
D.K. Basu versus State of Bengal, 1987. Question 63 AIBE 12. Custodial death is perhaps one of the worst crimes in a civilized society governed by the rule of law. In which case Supreme Court made this remark? Question 37 AIBE 10. Which case is leading case on arrest? Question 78 AIBE 8 and Question 80 AIBE 7. Section 41B is incorporated in the Criminal Procedure Code on the basis of which of the following decisions?
In D.K. Basu versus State of West Bengal, certain basic requirements were required to be followed in cases of arrest and detention in order to prevent the increasing cases of custodial deaths and custodial violence until some legal provisions are made in that behalf.
Kashmira Singh versus State of Madhya Pradesh. Question 23 AIBE 14. The Kashmira Singh versus State of Madhya Pradesh is a leading case on Question 92 AIBE 10. In joint trial, the evidentiary value of a confession of a co-accused affecting himself and others has been discussed by the Supreme Court in
Kashmira Singh versus State of Madhya Pradesh, which is a leading case on confession of a co-accused, it was held that confession of a co-accused is not an evidence in the ordinary sense of term. It is not required to be given on oath, nor in the presence of the accused, and it cannot be tested through cross-examination.
Rupa Ashok Hura versus Ashok Hura, Question 5 AIBE 14. The concept of curative petition was introduced by the Supreme Court of India in
Rupa Ashok Hura versus Ashok Hura. The concept of curative petition came into existence through this case. Curative petition is something that came as a relief to the petitioner after the dismissal of review petition under Article 137 Clause 8 of the Constitution.
Muhammad Allahdad Khan versus Muhammad Ismail Khan, Question 7 AIBE 14. The case of Muhammad Allahdad Khan versus Muhammad Ismail Khan is related to
Muhammad Allahdad Khan versus Muhammad Ismail Khan. This is the case of acknowledgement of paternity, wherein the plaintiff had to prove himself to be the legitimate son of their deceased father in order to claim his share in their property. Acknowledgement under the Muslim law is not a presumption under the Indian Evidence Act 1872. Here the plaintiff was able to prove himself to be the legitimate son and the decision came in his favor.
Vineet Narain versus Union of India. Question 21, AIBE 14. The Supreme Court of India has issued the direction to make the CBI independent agency so that it can function more effectively and investigate crimes and corruptions at high places in public life in the case of
Vineet Narain versus Union of India. In this case, the Supreme Court had decided to make CBI an independent agency free from all the political interference and the pressure of the government. Due to this decision, CBI now falls under the supervision of CVC, which is free from all the political influence.
Srimati Jian Kaur versus State of Punjab. Question 69, AIBE 14. In which of the following cases the court has laid down that right to life does not include right to die?
Srimati Jian Kaur versus State of Punjab. In this case, the Supreme Court had given a verdict that gave out that Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code 1860 is not unconstitutional and not violative of Article 21 of the Constitution of India.
Aruna Ramchandra Shonbag versus Union of India. Question 95, AIBE 6. Question 46, AIBE 5. Passive euthanasia in certain circumstances is permissible, held in the case of
Aruna Ramchandra Shonbag versus Union of India. The concept of passive euthanasia came into force with this case. The Supreme Court in this case ruled that every individual has a right to die with dignity and allowed passive euthanasia with certain guidelines.
Parmanand Katara versus Union of India. Question 20, AIBE 14. Supreme Court of India held that it is permanent obligation of every member of medical profession, either government or private, to medical aid to every injured person brought for treatment immediately without waiting for procedural formalities in the case of
Parmanand Katara versus Union of India. In this case, it was held that immediate medical attention should be given to the injured persons so that there will be less of negligent deaths, and this medical attention should be given without waiting for the completion of the police formalities. Thank you everyone for watching this video till the end, and I hope you all understood what I have tried to make you understand in the video. And if you have any doubts regarding anything in the video or anything else, you can always mention it in the comment section down below. Stay tuned to my channel. Thank you.